I've called a video session because I want to tell Doc, I am a psychic, and I've had a death dream about him and me, and I've had quite a time interpreting it. I didn't say I was a perfect psychic, but when you have a dream about your own death and his death, it's difficult. You're trying to, you're getting a kind of panic, and at first I thought it meant that he was going to die by Christmas. And then I don't know how I could have been so far off because he hadn't even been to the hospital yet, so I didn't see how he could die. And then I suddenly thought, I got this terrible inflammation in my neck. I could hardly stand, walk around, and so I thought, oh my God, it must be me. I'm going to die by Christmas. See, I told you I'm not a perfect psychic. And don't laugh.
Folks, do you know what I have to put up on a daily basis? If I didn't love this woman, I'd kill her today, believe me, I would. But she'll kick me out as soon as she gets some money. You know how that is.
Well, yes, and this was all interpreting my dream. But anyway, I've called him here. Or would you sit down so I can tell you the news
I'm trying to get
about your death? I mean, it's not everybody that's got a psychic in their life that can tell them when they're going to die after 2 or 3 interpretations. I've already told him 2 or 3 interpretations, but anyway, it's the dream of the 3 Christmas trees. You've heard me talk about them shortly by now. And
I've loaded with chloride.
And you can
hydrochloric acid.
See, my sister just died in March suddenly. So, of course, that really spooked me. I thought, my God, maybe I'm going to die suddenly. When you've just had a sister die very suddenly, you could think, well, I could do that too. So, anyway.
It wouldn't be one of the things that I would want to do.
Oh, well, of course, no, you don't want to do it, but you and I are going to have to die. Make up your mind. And he doesn't know the first thing about dying. I can see that.
That's it for me. I'm letting you.
He's not even.
I'm going to put you out of my misery, all right?
First base.
Put you out of my misery.
But anyway, I had this dream. And at first, it was like a screen, a video screen. And a Christmas tree appeared in it. That was the only thing that was in it. And it was a normal-looking green Christmas tree decorated.
Was it a evergreen?
Yeah, it was evergreen.
Was it a pine or was it
it was a fir tree, something.
Fir? I mean, there are all kinds of different Christmas trees.
Was
it a Scotch pine?
Yeah, it could have been a Scotch pine, something just ordinary. Yeah. And so I thought,
what color
that
was
Christmas, green. Then
most of them are
that
green,
tree disappeared, and another tree came into view. And it was blue. It was sort of glowing with blue lights. And there was a song playing, I'll have a blue Christmas without you. That was the second tree. Then there was the third tree.
Yeah, wasn't that one of the karaoke things that we sang for Christmas?
Yeah, we do. Blue Christmas.
Blue Christmas.
Without
you. That's why we don't karaoke anymore, folks, because...
And then I had another tree appeared that was white, heavenly white. All white, with white lights. Now, these were the 3 trees.
You have to spray a tree like this with white...
What didn't occur to me was that 3 trees mean 3 Christmases. Doesn't that make sense?
For sure, you got 3 more years to live.
Yes! I'm so happy. I mean, I was in a panic. I thought, my God, I've got to get ready to go.
You got 3 more years to live.
Christmas. I do haven't. But guess the bad news. You only have 2 years to live. According to my new interpretation. See, first I had him dying at Christmas. 6 months, and I thought, he's not sick enough to die at Christmas. That's got to be wrong. He hadn't gone to hospital yet. So, the tree, the blue tree and the song, it'll be a blue Christmas without you. What does that refer to? You. I'll be blue without you because guess what? My tree is the 3rd year. I get to live 2.5 more years.
I didn't know that.
I mean, I was going to write to my son and tell him I'll be dead by Christmas, so get prepared. And then I thought, my God, they'll kill him. He'll be so sad. And I thought, I can't tell him that. And then, thank God, I realized that I was wrong. I had not interpreted the trees the right way. 1 year, are coming, listen, I've got to tell you this Christmas is going to be normal. You're still going to be here.
We never had a normal Christmas. What are you talking about?
Well, no, we haven't had a normal Christmas.
It's a goofy looking little tree. And
that's
one
right, but that's our normal
it looks like
Christmas.
testicles, on the testicle tree.
Because frankly, neither one of us are sick enough to die by Christmas. We're not far gone enough. We are getting decrepit. We're getting there, but we just
are not. All the time?
Of course I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you to your death.
Well, that's what I know. Oh, jeez.
What's the use of having a psychic in your life if you don't get psychic dreams? It would be convenient to know when you're going to die because you can get.
Give me the palm reading. Okay, go ahead, read it.
Oh,
and let me see
your
what
palm
looks
read,
like.
yes.
And don't say it's dirty, okay? Because everybody
You have a
says.
very funny hand. I've never seen that. I don't read palms. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Do you read tea leaves?
You should have me in
Do
your
you read
life.
chicken?
You should have a psychic like me in your life.
But you read chicken guts, you throw them on a...
No, I don't either. Don't listen to anything he says.
Well, nobody listens.
I mean, usually I'm better prepared when I tell my dreams, but you've got to admit that a death dream involving him and involving me and him and when we're going to die is a pretty important dream. And I think I can be forgiven for misinterpreting it a little bit.
When did you
misinterpret it? Was being off. Well, I was off 2 or 3 years in both your death and my death. But now I think I've got it right.
So,
I've got it right. So you're going to die in 2 years. I'm going to die in 3. 3 Christmases.
Okay.
This Christmas we will be together. So enjoy it. Enjoy it. The next Christmas is going to be a blue Christmas.
Do I have to get a green tree this year? Is this a green?
You have a green tree. All you've got to do is bring it out.
Yeah, it's about this tall. It looks like something from Charlie Brown,
A green tree
Charlie
in my
Brown, that tree doesn't
apartment.
look too good,
A tree in my apartment is not fir and it's not pine, but I put green and red balls on it, and it's a live tree, and it's this high, and it'll pass for a tree. So guess what? I'm so happy. I'm so happy I figured out that we are going to live for a couple of more years.
Well, I'm
sorry,
glad
sister, I won't be joining you quite too soon. But when you're 80, you're going to die eventually.
Honey, I'm telling you.
You know that.
When I was 5 or 6 years old, I knew I was going to die when I saw my brother laying there in the coffin.
Oh, that's so sad.
Oh boy, I'm pretty sure I'm going to be dying somewhere.
Yeah.
Yes, I think.
And here you lived. You're going to be at least 75 or something like that.
Wow.
So what do you do? What do you do when you finally decided the approximate time of your death?
I don't know. I think that's great. I really do. I think if you go to a
doctor, prepared.
If you go to a doctor and he says,
no doctor will tell you when you're going to die.
Well, you got terminal cancer. You're going to be dead in 6 months. Now, there's a pretty good chance.
Yeah, but we don't have cancer.
You're going to. How do you know?
Oh, he may have cancer by then. Who knows? But anyway, I think that this was a day of celebration for me. I almost feel like I've got a reprieve. I think I can manage to live 2.5 more years.
I think you can too.
I'm going to aim for it.
I hope you do.
And because I just kept thinking and thinking, I thought, I just don't think I can possibly make it. I don't feel that I can possibly die by Christmas. It just didn't seem possible to me. I thought,
I think all practical purposes.
I just don't feel sick enough. Something terrible might have to happen, you know. I don't want that to
Maybe
happen.
you'll commit suicide. You know, that's
No.
a big time of the
I
year.
wanted to go
suicide.
gently into the night. Just sort of slip away. After everything's done, tidied up. I did have a conversation with my daughter. I told her that I would send her a copy of the funeral plan.
That's probably her calling right now. I'm not answering the phone.
Isn't that wonderful for her to have a
I've got
mother?
an answering thing. I'm not answering the damn phone, so get it.
She's got a wonderful mother who thinks of everything. I told her I'll send you a copy of the funeral plan. And when you get that, you'll know it's in the top drawer of my filing cabinet.
Of the funeral
So
plan.
when I have truly gone, you'll find it there. And I'll send you a copy so you'll know what it looks like. So, she's very practical. She thought that would be helpful. In fact, she asked me to send her a copy. And I said, well, I'll send it in the mail. And she said, don't send it in the mail. Our mail isn't very good. It could be lost.
How far does she live out of town? They still working on Pony Express over there on the east side of Phoenix. I wouldn't doubt it, folks.
Well,
It's a weird place to live. Oh, it's only going to be
told me not to-
115 today.
I was going to send her the real funeral plan. She said, no, don't send me the real funeral plan. You know, because it could be lost in the mail. So just send me a copy of it. Okay, well, we're getting things done. And I said, well, I'm shredding my papers. There's a lot of papers that I think could be shredded. You think about what you need to do beforehand to get prepared and ready.
Well, I already have mine prepared.
I don't see that you've got anything prepared.
I do. I got this card, and it says, in the event you find me dead, send my body over and they will shred it. They will cut it into pieces, take bone marrow, bones, take this and everything else out of it.
And I was responsible for getting him that far. I said,
I got it.
Why don't you give your body to science? At least
Well,
do that much.
Well, they would probably figure out, well, now this is one of those cases we can't figure out how this bitch alive this long. Holy crap, there's nothing in this body we can use. Well, we can cut up the bones and use bone marrow.
Yeah, right.
We can cut his testicles
Yeah, I think we
off,
should. I'll put, if you go before, I'll put a little sign on you and say, check his liver. It might be very interesting.
Yes. It ain't going to be good for anybody. Probably fry it up. That'd be good for that.
And check his brain. It's probably got a lot of holes in it. And also, it's probably going to be a big brain, but it's going to have a lot of holes in it.
It's going to be one of those AB normal brains, right? You got me an Abe normal brain? An AB normal brain?
Yeah. So anyway,
you gotta know the movie to get that one, folks.
I'm going to meditate. I'm going to meditate and check it out and see if I finally got the right interpretation.
Well, give me some other interpretations because I can give you several myself.
Isn't that enough for one day? I think it was a pretty momentous day to finally get the right dates. I think they were closer. I feel it within myself. I feel that I'm finally getting to the right interpretation of this dream.
So what you're telling me is that
you've got a good year and a half. Make the most of it.
So why should I spend it with you, right?
Right.
Wait, why shouldn't I just go?
Who could you better spend it with?
Well,
And that way I'll
you're
get
gonna
a
put it
little
like
rest.
that, you know.
I'll get a little rest after you're gone, and you know, I think it'll be ideal. Ideal. I think that if I ordered it, I couldn't be ordering any better.
I have no idea.
Because you actually do live a little unhealthier than I do. I came down here this morning, and he didn't have anything in his fridge to eat that I could see. I said,
Well, I hide it from you because
I
you're
see
an
you have a
eataholic. You know?
lot.
She's an eataholic. I hide this stuff, you know. I stick it down into the vegetable part where she doesn't look.
He makes glop. This is his glop day. And he will make a great big pot of glop. Can you imagine?
It's a combination of stew and goulash.
Goulash.
Yeah, right.
And then he freezes
I
it.
freezes it up in
15 or 20
Oh, my God.
containers, and then he eats it. Imagine eating something like glop.
It's
Oh.
a stew.
Well, it's horrible stuff. I tasted it. I can only stand to have a few bites. You know, I'm a gourmet. I cannot stand his glop personally. But anyway,
You're
he
a
lives
what?
from.
A gourmet?
Yes.
I'm a woman who comes from an ice box instead of a refrigerator. Well, we had big chunks of ice in there.
We had the best food in the world, but anyway, today is his glop day. Didn't you say you were going to make it?
I have to make it now.
He has no food in the house. He's got to make it.
Well, I got a piece of cheese that won't quit. You know, I mean, holy
Oh
crap.
yes, he's got wonderful cheese. So I came down. That's the only thing he had in his refrigerator to eat. So I came down and ate a piece of it for lunch.
Yeah, I only got 25 cans of food around here. You know.
Oh yeah, cans. But anyway,
What do you mean?
after he makes his
you
glop,
think canning is or a can is a derogatory
guess what?
thing?
I'm going to save his life because this evening for my dinner, I plan to cook a delicious, very expensive piece of salmon.
Frozen.
Yes, frozen. It'll be thawed out by then, and I intend to grill it. And then I intend to cook some potatoes, and I will have, and cook some spinach
Oh,
at the farmer's market. And I will give you a little care dish.
Tonight?
No, I will bring it down tomorrow for you to have for lunch.
Oh, jeez, you screwed
if
up.
you want to.
You have just screwed up my treat for tomorrow.
Oh,
Remember I told you over the phone I had something I wanted to tell you?
what's that?
You know, tomorrow, I was going to take you out for a big fancy lunch in the cab,
In the cab? Where?
wherever you wanted.
No, not tomorrow. I'm sorry. I'm
Well,
cooking
and-
that salmon tonight
And
because
after
I'm
that,
throwing
you
it
can
out.
kiss the cab goodbye.
Oh, the cab. Well, how much have you still? How much cab fire have you still got? I don't think you've got enough to take us there and bring us back. And I'm not well enough to
I got 20
ride the
bucks.
bus. I am not well enough to ride the bus.
$20 won't get
20
me-
bucks in there?
Yes.
You gave the guy some out of that book.
Oh, $3. I have credit card. If there's not enough money, I just put the rest on my credit card.
Or do you have some cash?
Folks, this woman does not understand finance, which I do appreciate very much.
Well, okay then.
I don't get it.
I'll bring
I
down.
really do. We don't have to bring anything down here.
You don't want some salmon?
I'm not that big on salmon, okay?
You're not big on salmon? Oh, well, I'll eat it
Well, we have
myself.
this little problem, you know. I try to tell her something, and then she's already got something planned. I should have told you.
Should have done.
It's well, I should
Because
have.
I'm thawing
I
out the
should
salmon, and I'm
always.
also thawing out some of my expensive hamburgers. So I'll have some patties, but it won't be thawed out for a couple of days, so that's okay. So, all right, we've got the next meals planned.
Well,
I won't have to eat any of
we
your
don't have
glop.
we don't have to plan anything. You have to plan out where the hell you want to go tomorrow.
Oh, well, I'll be thinking about it. So this is a great day.
Isn't it, though?
And I want you to think about some of your last.
Well, it's not too
Some of
keen.
the last-
I'm not too keen on knowing how to get a urinate. I have to go. I mean, doctor, what?
There does have to be an end to all this. One of these days, we're just going to have to shut up, turn the camera off, and we'll both be gone. Not at the same time, I hope. But I
Well,
hope.
keep a good thought on that, okay? Because
But
maybe you have this in reverse. You'll go before me, and I'll just have to go, well, how am I ever going to survive?
no, according to this dream, you will go first, and then I will go second. And I hope that you plan to die suddenly so that I don't have to
Well, you
strain
know,
myself.
I'm
taking care
a
of it.
procrastinator, so
I know.
I'm going to
Worst in the
procrastinate
world.
my test until I'll be what is known as a hero for malingerers.
I mean, my last
Malingering.
companion-
I'm going to malingering until somebody's going to actually have to kill me, like some guys we know that just
Well,
don't
let's
want
hope
to
so.
go.
Let's hope you live forever, but just in case you don't. But my last
Who the hell want to
companion
live forever?
took a whole year to die of agony, in agony. So please think about that. Try to be more considerate.
All right, I'm just in trying to semi-wrap this up, if it can be done. The first time I ever met this guy, he was living in your, he was in your living room in a
In my
shoebox.
shoebox,
Right.
yes.
And I said, it's either me or him, and so if I go first, I just want you to know, I want to go in,
Okay.
I want to be in your shoebox.
But we
To
will.
piss everybody off, okay? Just to do it.
But anyway, if you've ever thought, I wish those two would shut up, it won't be very long. And then our eyes will close in death, and we won't be here anymore.
Well, keep a good thought, folks, because the way I look at it is anybody that really wants to watch this has some kind of morbidity that I'm not quite sure about.
Get used to it!
Oh, yeah.
Bye!
Yeah, so,
We'll be back tomorrow, hopefully, but this isn't the end.
well, like they said in the movie, day's not over, honey.